The St. Stanislaus football program obviously doesn't have any players left on the roster from the 2014 and 15 South State Championship teams, but the Rock-a-Chaws do have a new head coach from the Glory Days. Let's check in with the boys from SSC at stop number 20 on News 25's 25 Teams in 25 Days.
It don't even matter no more. Yeah. Let's get what we finna get after it right now. Yeah. Hey, rise on me, rise on 3, 1, 2, 3.
The things that you remember the most for me are one, just like how special this place is, and the people. Haven't been here before. I've got a couple of like little brothers of guys that I've coached before, little cousins of guys that I've coached before.
When I heard that his name was on the thing, I was like, what? That would be kind of cool. He'd coach Jordan and he'll coach me.
I was excited because he also coached my brother, and my brother was talking him up. He was saying how good of a coach he was. He liked him a lot, and so I was just excited.
Roots run deep at St. Stanislaus, where first-time head coach Tim Lala, who spent the last 3 years as an assistant at Pascagoula, returns to the place that it all started in 2014 as the defensive coordinator for a Rock-a-Chaws team that won the 4A South State Championship, led by Mississippi's all-time leading passer and former LSU quarterback Miles Brennan, who went back to state in 2015 as well.
Getting a little bit further removed from that, you know, Miles, 2016 was his last season here, and so really like getting back to those roots is something that we're really having ingrained in there, and me just having a small part in that way back when, you know, trying to get back to just some of the culture things that we had going on back then, and really just learning how to win again.
The Rock's already taking a big step in that direction last season with an overall mark of 7-5 and 3-1 in Region 8 Class 3A. After starting 1-3, everything changed in a home win over crosstown rival Bay High, returning the Crab Trap to the field house off Bookter Street for the 9th time in 10 years.
I mean, I feel like Bay High was a game that showed us we could actually win, because we were down late in that game and our defense held up, and we realized, man, we can really do this. You just got to buy in.
We just started going at it, and once we won the Crab Trap back, it really did put in our minds that we could beat anyone we want, really. And so that's what we did. We just won that winning streak.
5 in a row for the Rocks, finally snapped in a 5-point home loss to Jefferson Davis County in a winner-take-all match for the district title. They responded with a 31-point home playoff win over Port Gibson, their first postseason victory since 2017. The end of the road coming in the second round by way of a 9-point road loss to eventual state champion Raleigh.
We all feel it. We know we could have won that game.
Once we were up, we were like, dang. We just did that to Raleigh, who has beat just about everyone. And so I think at halftime we didn't come out as fired as we did the first quarter, because the first quarter we wanted to just beat the best team.
That's the message, is you're capable, right? Getting over that hump and teaching them how to come out on top of those games is a big part of what we're trying to do.
SSC certainly has the talent coming back to see the other side of the scoreboard in those pressure cooker moments, starting on offense, where the Rocks feature a crop of mostly new weapons upon the graduation of former News 25 Student Athlete of the Week Chandler Chapman, who broke the school's single-season rushing record as a senior. Ethan Galloway returns as the leading receiver alongside Levi Green, with other backfield touches looming for Henry Nunmaker and Isaiah Haynes. And then a high-octane game-breaker under center in the form of Ian Gonzalez-Rios, hailing from Mexico City.
Dynamite guy, dynamite energy, always has a smile on his face, works his tail off too, again, sets the standard for like the intensity for what we're looking for in practice.
Whenever I'm like blitzing at him and I get back there, it's not always a sack just because you get back there.
I tried to tackle him multiple times, and I still can't tackle him. I've gotten multiple shots to tackle him. I just can't tackle him. He's like he's playing Madden. He's a little joystick.
Senior middle linebacker Spencer Cornell and 3-star senior defensive lineman Jacob Bradford, Louisiana Tech commit, return as the top 2 tacklers and sack artists from last year.
During the game, he has my back. I have his back for tackles. Like sometimes I'll call the hole so he'll get a sack. He'll call the hole so I'll get a sack.
The offensive line is so worried about him. They know he can't block him with one person, so I'm not getting 2 offensive linemen coming at me. They have to take 2 on him, so I just get a clean read every time.
Other key contributors on defense, Andrew Whitney, as well as baseball home run king Chesley Rhodes, and then another top recruit on special teams, 5-star junior kicker Evan Noel, who already has offers from Ole Miss and Arkansas.
He's one of the best I've ever been around, just like raw talent-wise. I mean, in terms of leg talent, he's got he's got everything you could ask for.
Overall, Stanislaus returning about 4 starters on both sides of the ball and 14 seniors who are all in on Coach Lala's 6 core values: family, integrity, investment, excellence, passion, and grit, serving as the Rock's recipe for what they hope is their first state championship run since 2009.
Why those are the 6 is because, like, being here at a Catholic school, like, ultimately those all fall under the things that I believe, like, God wants us to do. And so ultimately we aim to glorify him every day at practice, the way we play the game.
Every team thinks they're going to be better than the last team, and that's what we want. So we do think about, how did Miles Brennan's year do? Who did they have? Why were they good? And we think why we're good. We really see state in the future. We see it actually happening.
The Rocks kick off the new season at home against Forest County AHS on August 25th, following this Friday's home jamboree against D'Iberville starting at 6 p.m. for varsity, JV to follow.